He was injured in a fight.
Kibale National Park has more chimpanzees than any other conservation area in the world. Besides the primates, the park's flora and fauna are simply amazing. Over the years, the visitors' numbers to Kibale have grown exponentially, which is good news for Uganda's tourism industry.
Over 90% of the visitor numbers we receive here are foreign non-residents. We've lured many Ugandans to come, and this is one of the efforts also.
It is on this background that the Chimpanzee Trust, under the stewardship of Lilly Ajarova, the Outgoing Executive Director, Ngamba Island Conservation Trust, took a selected group of local journalists to Kibale National Park.
The media has not been too involved, deeply involved to understand the subject of conservation, and that is what we think that the conservation media camp will be able to address. Get the media deeply involved in what is going on in understanding conservation, and I believe personally that that has been the missing link.
The third edition of the Conservation Media Camp was enhancing journalists' knowledge of how the chimps live in the wild. With more journalists getting acquainted to nature and conservation, it is expected to have a ripple effect in attracting more tourists to Uganda, enhancing the industry's visibility, reduce human-wildlife conflict, as well as promote conservation.
As Ngamba, we thought we needed to turn conservation into a conversation. And we have had 3 of them. We started with Ngamba in June, we had in Hoima. But we go out there with the flagship species, which is the chimpanzees, to understand that the biggest challenge of these chimpanzees, facing the chimpanzees, is the human, is the biggest threat. So we want to create a voice for the chimpanzees because they are the voiceless.
It's high time the journalists in Uganda put in more effort into the travel, environment and tourism sector, because tourism, environment are everything. If we don't have them, we can't live.
It's just a real experience that you see it on TV, you see it online, but to experience in real life, it's really good. Also as a journalist, because as a journalist, normally you write about it, but you don't know the real experience. And if you're here, you can smell them, you can hear the sound. It's very cool, and I think it's very needed to make your story complete.
In the wild, chimps roam, and for the tourists to see them, it takes hours of trekking and several kilometers of walking in the deep tropical forest. However, it's a moment to cherish for a lifetime when one comes across man's closest relative in the jungle of Kibale. We are deep in the jungle of the primate capital of the world. With over 1,450 chimpanzees, Kibale National Park is the ideal chimp tracking destination in the world. Dennis Igoa for UBC News in Kibale.